what's up? Today I have a gorgeous and super delicious chicken and pasta bake with feta and spinach. Start on the top, ends in the oven with a bunch of Gruyere on top, or Greek Riviera. It is absolutely sensational. So, first things first, let's get right to it. Preheat your oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit or about 200 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going. Now, the second thing, put our pan on, get that preheating because we're going to need to brown our chicken. Now, for this recipe here, I am using bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. So I'm just going to put in here a generous half cup of my extra virgin olive oil and going to put the chicken skin side down. So now, with this, I'm going to season it up. A little bit of salt there, just like that. A little bit of pepper. And now just let that do its thing, and you're going to brown the chicken on both sides. So my chicken is browned on one side, ready to be turned over, and it's looking fantastic. Now again, I'm going to season on this side as well, the skin side. Perfect, like that. At this point, think about putting your water on for the pasta. Let it kind of bring itself up to a boil. While that's going as well, I'm going to start planning ahead with building my sauce. And for this, I'm going to use one onion. Very simply, I'm just going to chop it up. You can chop it, you can slice it, whatever you're comfortable with. Perfect, my onion's done. I'll take one clove of garlic and I'm just going to smash it. Alrighty then. So, chicken's browned, ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is real quick, just take these out. Let me leave those there, set them aside. Now, I'm going to take my onions along with my garlic and throw those in there. Get those starting to saute down. Perfect. The next part of this is to actually season our sauce. What I'm using here is 1 teaspoon of allspice and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. The next stage is 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes and about half a can of water, or about a cup and a half of water. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and while I do, I'm going to drop about half a teaspoon of my dried Greek oregano in here. When it comes to dried herbs, especially oregano, less is more. So a half a teaspoon of dried oregano is probably close to a tablespoon and a half of fresh. So while that comes up to the boil, time to add my pasta. And for this, I'm using, very simply, penne, one of my favorite short pastas. Now, for this is a recipe for like 4 people, 4 normal people, or 2-3 Greeks. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to put about 350 grams of pasta in here. Let me just juice that up. Let that go and do its thing now. I'm going to cook this contrary to the way Greeks do their pasta. I'm going to slightly undercook this, so that way it'll finish baking in our tomato sauce in the oven. So now that our pasta is doing its thing, my sauce is slowly coming up to a boil. Time to add the spinach. And for this, I'm using fresh spinach. I'm using about 300 grams or so, about 350 grams. It may sound or look like a lot, but it's not. Once this will wilt down, and I promise you, it's going to wilt down in literally like a minute. It doesn't take long at all. All right, my pasta's just about there. Let's see what's going on over here with this. Oh yeah, Look at this. My spinach is completely wilted down. It's infused. It's almost like a tea now in my tomato sauce here. Now my pasta will finish cooking in the oven when it bakes, so I'm not worried about it being underdone. So I'm going to grab this. That's a little hot, so I'll just use the glove. And real quick, just toss that in there. That's perfect. Just like that. And just give this a quick little toss. In this, I'm going to throw in some feta as well. So it's almost going to have like a spanakopita vibe. So I'm going to throw in chunks. I'm not going to crumble my feta. I don't want it crumbled. I want it chunky. And as I stir it and as it's going to bake, it's going to melt inside and make this so creamy, so delicious. And it's not only flavor, it's seasoning as well. That's why I didn't add any additional salt to the tomato sauce. There's a little bit of feta brine in here. That's going in there as well because that is flavor. The last part of this is a little Gruyere, Greek Gruyere. And I'm going to get the coarsest grater setting. And all I'm going to do is start a little bit here on the pasta. Now, watch this. So I got a little bit there. I'm going to get my chicken. My chicken now, I'm going to take and nestle in the pasta. Like a glove. Alrighty, there. My chicken is partially submerged. Oh, this chicken love juice, that's not going to waste. That's going in there as well. That is all flavor. And I'm going to continue on now. Finish my grating. So I'm going to do about 150 grams, give or take, 150, 200 grams, whatever. This, make it your own, this recipe. So whatever it is you like, you can totally do. Now, into my 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes or until my Gruyere on the top is GBD, baby, golden brown and delicious, or melted and bubbly, and we're going to be ready to go. So this is out of the oven about half an hour ago. I let it rest. It baked for exactly 30 minutes and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is a fantastic meal as well. If you're planning ahead, you can freeze this. You can bake this as is and freeze it and reheat it basically later. Or you can prepare it, freeze it, and then bake it off for service. Whatever you want, the possibilities are absolutely endless. And look at this. It's still pretty hot though. But wow. I'm gonna get a little mizithra and just lightly, just long strokes on the top, just like that. Perfect. Look at this. Pasta is done perfectly. I would need some alone time with this. Oh my gosh. The chicken is literally falling apart. Oh my gosh. Little pasta, little chicken, little catula. So that's it for this episode on my chicken and pasta bake with feta and spinach. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys try this and share this. This is something that takes plain old chicken and takes it to another level. You can also use different cuts of chicken. You don't have to use chicken thighs. You can use legs. You can use breast. You can use whatever you like. It will totally work. Please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And until then, I will see you on the next one for sure. Much love. Bye for now.